everybody. Welcome to Totally Oblivious. I'm your host, Caleb. I have no other titles to give myself, and this is my co-host, Alex.
I am severely depressed.
All right. Alex, I was going to ask you how you've been doing the past week, but...
I've been doing fine. I'm actually, you want me to be depressed? Hold up. Let me look at my YouTube analytics and just get sad. Hold up. I'm looking.
Alex.
Actually, never mind. I take it back. I am happy. I was recording before this, and I think it's actually going pretty well. You know, let's talk about that. We're going to talk about me for a couple seconds here.
This is your...
Because I figured out while I'm recording, I have the tendency, and it might be in the podcast, if you might hear it, is that sometimes I have overproductive saliva glands, and sometimes I'll just go while I record.
Yeah, I was in the first podcast. I hated it.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah. It happens a lot, and I try not to do it while I record, and it happens every once in a while. It slips into a video, and I don't like it. I'm trying to get better at it. So I've been trying to drink water, but I'm realizing that's not really solving the problem. By the way, my name is Metas. How you guys doing? That was my intro.
Right?
Anyway.
I'm doing great, if you're wondering. Nobody asked me how I was doing, but I'm doing...
I never ask you that because you always give me the same damn response. Yeah.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Yeah.
No, I'm doing good. Things are going well in life, except I failed my I think I failed my biology class.
Who the fuck takes biology?
Well, when you're
Let me ask you a question. Was it a good class?
not,
Not to take this next year.
it's kind
You were not asking Caleb for advice.
honestly
I asked him for economics advice, and it was the best advice ever.
honestly my problem was I tried to do it legitimately when I could have just copy pasted every question on the final and just put that into Google search and find the answer.
I want you to.
Does that actually work for this class?
Yeah.
Because if you tell me that, I'm taking the fucking class.
Yeah, it works.
Okay.
So
But the problem was I got
snitch
I got sick on Monday, and we had a final that they opened on Monday, and I was like, oh, they usually have these tests open for 3 days, so I can take it on Tuesday. They literally had it open for like 6 hours, and then it was closed. And I was like, okay, that would have been nice to know in the email. You just said it was open. So yeah, I have a 63% as my final in that class, which I think is passing. So as long as I get the credits, that's all that matters.
63%
Yeah.
on the final, but what's your overall grade?
No, my overall grade's 63%.
My brother's
It's
face.
not transferable.
Oh, it's fine as long as you have the credits, right?
But it's not transferable, Caleb.
Look.
You retake that in a 4-year college.
No, it's fine. Well, you know why it's fine? Because
Meta's
I'm not
never-
going to a 4-year.
Metas never went to college, ladies and
Jokes
gentlemen.
on them. I'm not taking a 4-year. Who takes 4-year? That's a waste of
Losers
money.
do.
I don't actually
If you're
think
studying nuclear biology or whatever my cousin does. Yes, am I roasting my cousin on this podcast? If she's going to listen to this, yes, I am.
I don't think you're a loser, but also I just think it's a waste of money personally.
Also living. You know what? Okay, since we were talking about it earlier, housing. This is so boring, but I'm going to get straight to the fucking topic of it. This is bullshit. I'll be honest. As a 19-year-old looking at it, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. I can't describe it any other way.
We can't buy houses.
I can't buy a house. I
just
literally
wanna-
cannot buy a house.
I just
The
want to live.
60s, it was like what? 20 grand? Not 20 grand. $2,000 to get a house? 4-bedroom apartment, okay bathroom, I think, roughly. That's just like $1 million now.
See, yeah, and like right out of
Inflation's
high
a
school,
bitch.
right out of high school, you were able to get married and buy a house. Now I'm like, oh man, Val,
fucked.
Val, I can only afford you a ring pop. I'm sorry.
We're fucked.
Yeah, but perfect segue into my topic for today.
Okay.
It's pets.
Oh yeah, this is the date.
Oh, wow, we talked about this morning, too.
I
Did you
guess
really?
I guess it fits the theme.
See, because the main reason I'm really avoiding even looking for a place right now is because my dog Aura she's really set on the house, my parents' house right now. So if I uplift her from anywhere, she won't do good.
She gets depressed.
She will. She can't even come inside the house or else she gets depressed because she likes having so much room to run. But yeah, my topic is pets because
No, it's
pets
fine.
are a big part of people's lives, and I feel like we not only can talk about life things, but we can also give life advice.
We were 19. I can't give life advice for shit.
Well, you get used to that because foreshadowing, our birthday episodes are exactly that. We're giving life advice.
Are we okay? 20-year-old Metas is gonna have an interesting say.
Oh, but here's the catch. On my birthday, we have a challenge that I need all three of us to do.
I swear to God, if it's fucking chugging hot, spicy things, I'm gonna roundhouse kick you.
Well, we're not
outside.
chugging it.
Oh, chinga tu madre. All right.
Look, it's not going to be that bad.
Sir, can you not speak Spanish on the podcast? Because you suck at it.
No.
Remember when I said I'm depressed? I'm depressed.
But anyways, pets. So
I can't have them.
Alex can't because you're allergic to cats and dogs, right?
To my knowledge, yes.
Yeah.
I've never. I as of late, I've been wanting to take an allergy test to see what I'm allergic to.
So you don't know exactly.
No,
what.
I am though. I walk into a room with a dog. I play with him for about like 5 or so minutes. I'm fucked. Red-eyed, nose is stuffy, and I'm all like, "Damn, dog. I just wanted to play with the puppy, and now I could possibly I just feel terrible."
And cats the same thing too.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why I want to take tests. We're like unknown.
Yeah.
So you don't know what animals you're allergic to. You just know dogs for sure.
Dogs and cats.
So
I've been
damn.
around a gerbil. I was fine.
Hey,
and a hamster.
There's your pet.
I don't want to. No, if I can't get a
here's
dog or a cat, I want a rabbit.
Here's the thing: you can get hypoallergenic.
No, that doesn't work either. I
No
think
way.
I'm sick to the dog.
It might be the pet dander then.
It might be.
No, but we've been around those dogs, and he always has
I'm
that
fucked.
problem.
I'm fucked.
Whack.
It's garbage. bro.
Anyways,
I hate
I was trying to
My-
make,
I need a microphone because it sucks being not able to hear myself.
I was trying to make you look better because women often say that men who are allergic to animals is a red flag, but apparently you just drove yourself into the ground. Your genetics drove you into the ground.
I'm
Good
sorry,
job.
dog. I know. Don't get me wrong. I'll play with a puppy. I could spend hours with a dog and just be happy. But God said, "Fuck this guy in particular." I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I have nothing to offer to the table.
See, here's the topic that I wanted to bring up mainly
Mm-hmm.
to you because you would be a non-biased person to ask this. But what is the best pet? What would make a better pet, cats or dogs?
Neither. A rock.
A rock.
Pet
Are you
rocks are fire.
Well, all right, Alex.
Okay, no. If I were to choose from cat or dog, is that my only option?
Those are the options right now.
See, my brother had a good argument earlier where he said that cats are low maintenance. They will do their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But cats are depressing to me. They don't love me like a dog loves me. So but that's the thing too. It has to be a large dog. I don't like small dogs.
Exactly.
I like me big dog.
Honestly, if you're gonna get a small dog, unless it's a corgi, I have a.
You know what?
I have a
Hold
bi-
up.
I
No,
have a
hold up.
bias
Now you got me
towards
ranting.
corgis.
I fucking hate corgis.
What's wrong with corgis?
I don't like them. They look weird. They're overweighted. I don't like them.
All right.
There's something with their legs that make me biologically just want to yeet them.
Well, they actually don't have legs, so there you go.
And
Maybe that's their
they're just
maybe
weird.
that's the
I
problem.
just don't know why people
Well,
like corgis.
anyways, besides that, small dogs. If you're thinking about getting a small dog, just get a cat.
Just get a cat.
Honestly, a
get a
cat is 10 times more useful than a
rabbit.
small dog.
Or any other creature. Fuck chihuahuas. Fuck pugs. I'm right here. This is Men's rant hour, baby.
I 100%
Hate
agree.
small dogs. They are useless.
So
They're just animals for the elite people to hide and put them in their purses. They're useless. Useless, I tell you.
So far,
except for Andrew. What are the hounds? What are the beagles?
Beagles.
Beagles.
You like-
Beagles are the only exception.
No, he's talking about
wieners and beagles. Wieners and beagle dogs are the only exceptions to small dog rule. Fuck all the other ones. If they're white and fluffy, fuck white girls and their weird obsession with fluffy white dogs.
So
absolutely garbage.
You're a Snoopy fan then. You like Snoopy.
I love Snoopy.
Snoopy's a good dog.
Wieners and beagles are the only exceptions.
So far, I thought we were gonna have a real debate on this, but so far we agree on everything except for the corgis. But I
don't like corgis.
I love corgis, but I mean I
Fuck
feel like I
give me a
get- I feel
golden
like I get
retriever,
it.
baby.
I
Actually, no.
100% agree.
So as of recently, there are 2 dogs that really intrigue me. I think I still have it left on my. Yeah, I do. So as of late, I have been wanting an. I think I'm pronouncing this right. An Airedale Terrier.
An Airedale Terrier.
Terrier. It's just. Yeah. Just hold. No, I have it on, but I'll just show Caleb.
What?
I like it. He's big.
All right.
If not that. When it comes to my allergies, I think it's either the dandruff or the dog itself. But if I had to choose another dog other than an Airedale, I think it's air as in like air and then Dale. So I think I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I gotta spell this right. Holy shit! So in short name, this is just a Zolo. It's XO.
Zolo?
Yes, it's XOLO, but the whole name is fucking long as shit. I'm not gonna say it out loud, but basically, it's a hairless dog.
Oh, you know what? I was just thinking, Alex, I have the perfect solution,
Yeah,
a hairless dog. But yeah, it's the dog from Coco.
Yeah,
But we still don't know if he's allergic.
is it to the dog? I don't know if it's the hair or the dog itself.
Here's what we do. We grab a fluffy dog that's hypoallergenic, and then we grab a hairless Zolo, and we rub them both on Alex and see which side of Alex gets more
Actually, so here's another thing.
itchy.
So it might be the dog itself because when I usually touch them or then proceed to scratch the hand that touched the dog and I proceed to scratch it anywhere, my skin kind of gets irritated just a little bit. So it might be the dog in and of itself, which makes me sad.
That is, yeah.
I love dogs. Bro. This has been a problem my entire life, and it will always be a depressing fact. I love dogs. I love cats too. Don't get me wrong. I'll play with a cat. I'll play with a dog, but bro, I immediately fold. Like not in the hysterical way. Like Alex can't talk to a girl and fold. No, I will literally like dog. I can't breathe. I can't see, dog. I will literally,
bro. I'm actually dying.
I'm
Please,
dying, dog. And I feel I just
You're telling the dog
ass.
this, dog. I'm dying. Please get away.
Get away! I love you, but dog.
Dog, please, no.
It blows ass though, dude. But if I had to get a pet, I'd get like a rabbit or something.
That's fair.
Yeah. Or a turtle. I'd name him.
Turtle.
I'd call him a Pope, based off the Elden Ring character, the Pope Turtle.
Fair. So as for me, I've had plenty of pets. I think that no, it's not.
I want you to
it's not
know
even
my allergy speed run with your huskies.
Yeah, they're very fluffy.
Yeah.
That's what makes me think it's their fur because every time but the huskies are so fluff that you touch them, and if you're allergic, it's just like it's game over.
It's game.
But yeah, I've had a lot of pets, mostly cats. I've had a lot of
You've
cats.
had a lot of cats.
I love cats.
Actually, I'm not gonna say you have a lot of cats. You have a lot of cats that you have probably killed
I have not gotten them killed. They got
have ran
themselves killed.
because you are a terrible.
But I love cats, and I'm not a terrible owner because my very first cat was when I was 4 years old. This is the most iconic animal in my life. He was an orange cat.
It's always a fucking orange
That-
cat. It's Garfield.
It's not Garfield.
He lives through all orange cats.
No. You know who lives through all orange cats?
Who?
Have you ever seen the movie Milo and Otis?
Vaguely, and I mean vaguely. It's
Well,
like a fever dream.
The orange cat's name is Milo in that movie.
Yes, I know
And
that.
that's every single orange cat in my existence is Milo. So my very first orange cat I named him Milo. And that cat was my closest friend. He was not like normal cats where normal cats are like aloof. He would actually follow you. Like
So
he was
it
like
was a cat with a dog spirit.
pretty much because he'd fetch sticks too. And you could
Are you sure this wasn't an orange dog?
no, he was a cat but here's
When he bark instead of meow?
he
I've seen that. It's
let
kinda
me
funny.
tell you.
Oh,
let me
nah,
tell you.
bro.
So this cat, he almost died when he was first born.
Mm-hmm.
So we think something happened with his brain that made him a little strange.
He was autistic. You had an autistic cat?
Pretty much, because he was not like normal cats. He'd fetch sticks. He'd follow you like a dog. He'd fetch sticks, I already said that, but he fetch sticks like a dog. He'd pull worms out of the ground and eat them.
That's just free protein, bro.
He'd fight
He's a gym bro.
He'd fight grasshoppers, which is something normal cats do.
8 text messages.
Oh no.
Why'd you post it to your story, bro?
8 text messages.
Oh yeah, we like to flex when we get shit.
They
people
flex
start
every time.
Yeah, we do.
I don't.
The Pruneda brothers.
I don't because I'm trying. I wanted to make this a surprise.
This is not
but
a surprise. I even posted this on my Twitter timeline.
Everybody knows now. so.
Everybody knows.
Anyways,
There is. We have to build up hype, baby.
Milo, good cat. Never killed a mouse. He was like pacifist against mice. He killed insects.
Pacifist Elden Ring run, baby. Let's go.
Pretty much. He only killed insects. Never killed a mouse. Never killed a bird. Nothing.
So
And
what you're describing to me is a pussycat.
no, I'd call him a real friend. I think that's the best way to describe
That
him.
is the
'cause
most wholesome thing I've ever heard you say.
Anyone whoever knew Milo as just the homie cat. Because Colby would leave his window open while my cousins were over and they'd be playing games. And Milo would just come in and chill with them. And anytime, here's where we'll get to Milo's meow. Anytime my cousin Chris would, he'd be like, Milo, and then Milo would go,
Brown?
he'd said brown. He didn't go meow, he said brown. and this cat was so iconic among the whole household, the whole community. Because even in elementary school, I would write stories about Milo because I love this cat so much. And what was another thing I was gonna say about Milo? We'd songs on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
If it said "My Love," we'd say Milo. So in the Cars song "By My Love," we'd say my Milo,
Oh, Jesus.
my Milo.
Jesus.
And then he'd go on. Here's what my mom was always annoyed about this cat though. He'd go on the roof to go poop.
Amazing. Asserting his dominance.
He would poop on the roof. And one day, Colby decided that he wanted to help my mom teach this cat not to poop on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
So he decided to take Milo, and he was under the assumption that cats always landed on their legs.
He threw him off the roof.
He threw Milo off the roof, expecting him to land on his legs.
And he died.
But instead, he just he nailed the ground. And then
died.
our Dalmatian started attacking him. And then he just got up fine and just walked away.
You got a Dalmatian?
Yeah, long story short, I only knew this
know.
Dalmatian for a while. Her name was Lucky. She was a good dog. But
Why didn't
eventually she
why
got
didn't you-
old and we had to put her down.
Wow, that's fucking depressing.
But yeah, she was a good dog. But Milo was the best cat.
Why are you eating my Reese's Sticks? This motherfucker just opened the drawer to the candy section, dog, and is now eating. Give me one, you little
Hey,
bitch.
you're not going to share?
No, you're having my.
I can just go away, bruh. I can turn the microphone the other door. Give me a fucking Reese's Stick, you fuck.
We get,
Now.
Here, hold on. Get me on this.
We saved the last one for mom.
Oh, yeah.
Just don't crunch into the mic.
Good. Let me think about my story. Where I want to go.
I guess. Now I'm munching. This is an ASMR episode now, baby. Let's go. We can talk about that too.
If you want.
Yeah. Because, you know what? No, we'll talk about that real quick. So, I remember when ASMR first started. Deadass. Oh, shit, my bad. I bumped my water bottle on the table. Anyway, I was in the early game of ASMR. Deadass. I remember like GB ASMR and all those channels before they hit like 200K. Like, this shit's been around for at least like 3 or 4 years now, I think. And seeing how weird it has gotten is fucking.
I think the word you mean is sexual.
That's what I'm trying to get at because, dog, it's gotten really weird. It's a kink now. ASMR is now a kink. I think it falls under the massage category. And I feel kind of bad for that.
I feel bad for the people who originally made it as just like hey, everyone, it's time for an ASMR session.
God, I have to edit that.
But Caleb has it right. Like, I won't lie. In the beginning days of ASMR, when I was
Popcat.
16, 17, That shit was a banger, bro.
I never listened to it.
I listened to it. I'd fall asleep to it sometimes. I wouldn't get the tingle sensation. It just helped me like relax.
And then there's just those one guys.
And then it
like,
got really weird.
The girl would be like, "Hey everyone,
Bro, it
it's
got
time
so
for
sexual, bro.
ASMR time." And they're like with their like thumper from Bambi with their foot on the ground.
Hey, I will lie though, just because I'm an adult here. You go to P-Hub every once in a while. I'll be scrolling this shit because I need to thirst the demon inside me. And deadass in the recommended ASMR, sexual, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that's when I realized it's over. It's over for this shit. It officially has now gone to P-Hub, bro. It's game.
Yep.
It's also on, bro. I won't lie though.
it's just-
Amaranth got that shit down.
It's
to
just
science.
borderline. It's just soft porn. On
I wonder how many
Twitch.
kids listen to that shit and have now Googled it and have now become sexual deviants. That's a genuine question.
Their mom walks in the room. No, mom, don't look in, please.
but it's not wrong though. Think about that. How many people have been busted for sexual ASMRs?
Probably a lot.
That's wild.
Looking at the viewers of her streams, I'd say about 6.1 thousand
No. People
million, maybe. I don't know.
People are fucked.
Yeah. Anyways, back to
Puppies.
Milo.
Again.
Milo, the greatest red tabby to ever live. He was a true homie. Was this the part I was at?
The cat fell down got
Right.
thrown off the roof.
He got attacked by our Dalmatian, but came up fine. He was actually best friends with every dog he met, which I think ultimately was his downfall. Because one day, I think I was maybe 7. I came home from school.
And he's dead.
Well, he wasn't. No, I came home from school and he just wasn't there. And I was like, "Where the heck is?"
Did he never come back up?
He never came back. Let me tell the story, Alex.
I like to theorize while I am listening to a story.
I looked everywhere for him though, and he just never showed up. And just in my heart, as a 7-year-old child, I was like, "He's not coming back." And I didn't even eat dinner that night. I just laid down and
Accepted death.
accepted death.
That's kind of fucked.
Yeah, that was.
Why'd you have to leave it on the fucking sad note, you ass?
Well, that's how the story went. And
You're
eventually,
gonna say he had a happy life and flew up to Jesus?
well, I like to believe I have multiple theories of what actually happened. One theory is a wormhole opened and took him to another dimension
And became the protagonist of
and
an anime.
became the protagonist of an anime. Because a few months later, my brother's dog also disappeared, which
Sure, this is some fucking cat killer?
I think that's the one theory that an interdimensional portal opened. Second theory is that he moved to Cuba with Tupac and Biggie.
Oh my lord!
that's
for a
the-
fucking Tupac joke.
That's the other theory, which I like to go by that one because he's often appeared in commercials. So
You are such an odd individual.
I like to believe that theory, but
Look
no.
at a fucking comedian over here.
After he disappeared, that orange cat Milo predominated my life so much that I created an entire community in elementary school writing comics about him.
Okay, so I know this part of the story.
Yeah, so this is
That's what that is?
yeah.
What?
You didn't know?
I didn't know what that was.
I knew what
Yeah,
that
it
was.
was-
I just remember you drawing a cat and being like, "Oh, that's cool."
Yeah, that was who that was. That was my icon. Was that cat, and I draw so many stories. Still haven't made a full series. I want to do that, but that's
Posted on Disney Channel.
posted on Disney Channel. Oh heck yeah! Well, I want to make a comic series first because I just think comics are fun.
You want
But,
to make the next Garfield?
Maybe not the next My one thing that I always liked as a kid was the Bone books. So I kind of
Bone went hard.
I
Isn't
kind
it
of-
getting like a Netflix animated show?
I
think so.
At some point, it was supposed to. But yeah, I kind of based all my comics that I wrote on Bone and Calvin and Hobbes. So yeah, that was, Milo was what
That's it.
spurred the creativity in me, which Yeah, there's a piece of origin story for you.
Put it in the Wikipedia.
Put in the Wikipedia. Orange cat Milo, based off the cat and Milo and Otis, spurred everything that snowballed in Caleb's life. A good snowball, though. Happy snowball. Happy memories.
All that I remember from my early childhood is darkness.
Oh, I forgot to mention, Milo had siblings.
The fuck?
He had two sisters that were my nieces. She named them Peaches and Patches. And he had two brothers. PP. He also had two brothers that died when they were born.
Vietnam?
Guess what Colby named them?
Death?
One was, I think, all black with a white sleeve. And I think
Skunk.
the other one was like all gray.
Skunking
No,
gray.
he had a white sleeve on his arm.
Oh, World War II veteran.
No. He named them Cloud and Sephiroth.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So that's Milo's lore. Milo was a child of 5 whose siblings consist of Peaches, Patches, and his two brothers who died at birth, Cloud and Sephiroth. Put that also in the Wikipedia. Milo is related to Cloud and Sephiroth from Final Fantasy
What
VII.
fucking Cheems Doge lore is this, bro?
And then after that, I waited a little while to get, in between that, I had another dog who disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but he did. His name was Max. He was cool, but he disappeared. And then Max.
Oh no, there's
Cousin Isaiah.
Dang.
yeah,
But yeah. And after that, we got 2 more cats who they have a funny origin story because they are from the bloodline of Milo, but not directly from Milo, his sisters. So his sisters have
What
such,
Joestar
they have
bloodline
such
bullshit is this?
an expansive bloodline that for about 8 years, there was like at least 10 different generations of cats who were all just they probably are still wandering around just that area because they just would up and leave. They get to a certain age and they just leave, and then you'd see them in other people's yards. So the Milo bloodline still lives on.
So you're the reason why 26 million birds per year get eaten.
Oh, not me directly, but
These are your consequences of your actions.
they weren't my cats.
Oh,
Milo
so
was
Milo-
my cat.
No, but Milo's still part of the bloodline. Your cousin.
Okay, do you blame Hitler's cousin for the consequences?
Yes.
All right.
He should have been a bit some more supportive. Telling that art teacher, hey, asshole,
He
this
should've-
is a fucking good picture,
He should
dickhead.
have told Hitler that his art was good. You know what?
Forever on
All
my
right.
list of people to beat up in hell. Ronald Reagan, that guy, Hitler's art teacher, George Washington.
George Washington. All right.
Not George Washington. Thomas Jefferson and what was the other dumbass's name? The original Republican and Democratic Party. Those two guys. I'm gonna beat the shit out of them too.
Talking about Abraham Lincoln?
No. Fuck. It was. I think it was
I'd
Thomas Edison.
I'd
and-
beat up Andrew Jackson. That guy was he's a
that guy.
he's a
That guy
douche.
too. He's also on the
He
list.
deserves
to beat the shit out of.
What he did to the natives, he deserved that.
Yeah.
he
And the first
deserves
slave owners.
any
Those guys are all on my list.
Suffering.
This is what I hate about this setup. I want Caleb in front of me, not to the side of me. What?
Turn.
I don't want to turn.
It was like a good solid 10 seconds where you just faced it, and I was like, wow, that sounds good.
You gay.
But
man,
yeah,
my
anyways, the Milo bloodline continues. Later, way down the line, I get 2 new kittens who happen to be inbred, but I took them.
brother. What in the southern?
Well, yeah, apparently the cats decided at some point that they wanted to be.
I was about to say, if they're all in that area and they're all related, it's definitely inbred.
Yeah, they wanted to be from Alabama, so they decided that they were going to inbreed. And then a random dog just came into their yard and started mauling all of them. And then we were begged to take these 2 kittens. So we took them, and I named the black and white one.
There's some dog out. There's a murderous, carnage-eating villain
Yes.
dog out there.
The main antagonist to the Milo bloodline.
Jeez, Dio, it's just
It's
Dio.
Yes.
Oh my
But so
Lord.
we take these 2 cats. The black and white one I named Rocky. And then there's a
Jotaro.
calico one that I named Isabella.
So they're siblings.
Yes. So those cats we kept for quite a while, except for Rocky, because Rocky lived up to the name that I gave him and decided that he was going to spend every last of his 9 lives fighting to the death with any animal he saw.
Badass.
Like there would be days, months where Rocky wouldn't come back. And I'd be like, okay, I think he's dead.
Nope.
And he would literally come back as if he was buried alive, like the Spider-Man comic. He would burst out of the grave and be like, no, come back home, looking like death, eat himself back to health, and then go right back to fighting again.
He is a Dark Souls protagonist.
Until one day he just stopped showing up. He just... We're like, I think he died.
That is a feral cat that had a respawn location.
But he was a homie.
Let
Let me tell you, male cats, 100% of the time, those guys are the homies. I think the reason cats get a bad rap is female cats are way more elusive than male cats. If you have a male cat, they will become your best friend in the world. Because the very next cat I get is in sophomore year of high school.
Venom?
Yes, Venom.
Venom was goated.
Venom was. He was such a cool...
And then he fucking disappeared.
He did, but we'll get to that in a bit.
What's up with your cats and disappearing? Can you explain that to me?
I really don't know. They just...
Your dogs stay there. Your fucking cats are
Well,
gone.
Isabella stuck around for a while. She actually lived until cat death age.
Really?
So here's the thing. Male cats are the homies, but they don't stick around for too long. They die. They run off to get with some ladies, and then the pimp of those ladies gets mad and kills them. And then the female cats, you get them fixed, and they just stick around.
They just die?
They become your little mercenaries. They don't like you, but they're your little mercenaries. But yeah, I'm gonna show Alex a video of Venom. I'm sure he's seen it.
I probably have.
But I have a lot of videos of Venom because
he is the most documented of all of them.
He kind of is. Look at the. I'll play the audio into the mic, just because it's amazing. Because Venom didn't meow like a normal cat.
Meow?
He kept that meow for his entire life. Look at him. There's a reason I named him Venom.
Oh my god,
He's
bro.
literally climbing on the cage like a spider. He's literally Venom.
Venom.
And I love that cat so much. I'll show Andrew real quick. We're talking about the cat I got in sophomore year Venom. He's a real
He
homie.
seems so uninterested. Nice.
Yeah, because I gotta edit that in now.
Heck yeah, edit it in. But anyways, he's a real homie. I grew really close to that cat. Here's another video of Venom.
Oh my god.
Back in the...
This is just show and
Well, it's
tell.
not going to show up. Yeah, we'll ignore that one. But yeah, Venom, he was a good cat. He really liked me and my brothers, but my mom and dad did not like him, and he in turn did not like them. So anytime he saw them, he
run,
would
yeah.
hiss and run. But I guess at first I could understand why they didn't like him, because he liked to attack people.
He never attacked me.
Well, that was when I tamed him.
Oh.
When he was little, he would attack everyone's feet until you bled. And one day I got so sick of him attacking that I literally punted him.
Oh my lord.
And from that day forward, he became my best friend. So there you go, folks. If you ever have a bully, one day you just have to punt them, and you'll become best friends.
That's what I've heard.
But yeah, and
To tame the bully, you must fight him in a deathmatch style PvP arena and just beat him once, and he's now your loyal companion, and you get like a 5% EXP boost at the end of the day, bro.
Exactly. And Venom was just that, except my parents never grew to like him because he was black. I'm going to stick by that forever. They didn't like him because
Christ.
he was black. And that is 100% the truth. And they might argue against it, but that is the truth. But yeah, and then
Are
eventually...
your parents going to listen to this? That's
Oh
fucking,
yeah,
that's funny.
I tell them that all the time.
Oh
They
my
know.
God.
They know I know they're
'Cause they're
racist
black.
against black cats.
Jesus.
But yeah, and then I think Venom was maybe 3, and then
He disappeared.
no. Well, yes, but no. That was when Aura was born, my current dog.
Mhm.
And Aura, another true homie right there. But we'll talk about her after I'm done talking about Venom. I had a Venom for about a year more after that, and then he disappeared too. But we're starting to think that our neighbor might have
Killed him?
well, not killed him. I think she claimed him as her own. Because she does that. We have an old lady neighbor. She's a sweet lady. She always feeds our dogs treats. Because we have 4 dogs currently.
Yes, I know.
And this lady will find cats, think they're strays, and just keep them.
You never had a collar on any of your pets?
No, they liked being, I think they prefer being wild. And I think, honestly, I've noticed that my pets are a lot happier than a lot of other pets because we just let them kind of do their animal things and we don't expect human things of them.
That's a good way of looking at it. Fuck it, I agree.
Because they're just animals.
That is agrees.
They want to do animal things. So yeah, eventually.
Like what? Stare at the fucking sun?
Yeah,
what is my purpose in life?
They do that. Actually, Aura looks into the wind. She lets the wind hit her and she's just like.
Is she a Buddhist?
I don't know. She's strange, but we'll
you think Aura listens to Paramore and is emo?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. But anyways,
Didn't you clip off your dog's balls?
No, actually. Colby's dog and my sister's dog both have their nuts intact because Dante, I don't know why, but Rogan, because
Joe?
No, not Joe, not Joe Rogan. Rogan, the husky dog, who's Aura's father. We kept him with his nuts, and Aura's mother, we used them to breed for a while because apparently husky puppies are very profitable.
Game of Thrones, by the way.
Game of Thrones, not really because they weren't siblings, but Rogan was actually inbred. We have come to find out, but Briar was actually a show dog at one point. So Aura has very strange lineage. Hold on, I'm still not done with Venom. Actually, no, I am done with Venom. He disappeared, and so in between Aura and Venom, we got Mariah found another cat on the street.
There's another one? I don't know this part.
This one did not last very long, but this one's actually funny. So this cat was pink. He was a pink cat, and I am not kidding you.
I think you found the Pink Panther.
He was legit pink, and he lived outside a restaurant. He was
a radioactive cat, bro.
He was a pink Garfield.
That is a stand user,
He was a pink Garfield that we tamed because he was a wild cat. And then he's like, oh yeah, we're friends. And he would eat lasagna. He would eat the lasagna that we'd save for leftovers that we'd give scraps to the dogs.
Remember that inbreeding we were talking about earlier? I found the result.
Pink cat. And this cat is the only cat I've ever seen. Like, we called Milo dumb. This cat had absolutely no sense of danger. Like, we'd be closing the garage and he'd sneak underneath and be getting crushed. And he had the funniest meow too, because anytime like something like would be immediately harming him, we just hear like pretty much like a cartoon character. Like,
oh, you know what? I do got dog stories to tell.
All right, let me finish this cat story. I forgot to mention this cat's name was Tang because I like naming the cats after drinks. So
I love naming things after songs.
I was like, this cat's name's Tang because he's orangish pink and he's weird. So yeah, pretty much this cat was a cartoon character. I could imagine he gets crushed by an anvil and all you hear is and what's even more funny is one day this Aura, as I'll come to tell you, Aura's a bit of a killer. She will kill anything that moves. And one day Aura's soaking wet for somehow on a day where it's negative 13 outside. And my mom's like, you have to dry her off. It's freezing. I'm like, all right, let me go dry her off. So I bring her in the garage with Tang. And I'm like, or I swear, you better not do anything to this stupid cat. I'm trying to save you. And I can't say this cat is just going to die because I saved you. So I'm drying her off. And she'd look at the cat and like lick her lips. And I'm like, no, Aura. And she'd be like, okay.
Yeah, I forgot your dogs eat fucking squirrels. You forgot to mention that.
No, I'm gonna get to that when I tell the Aura story. Oh my gosh! But anyways,
she got a bigger body count than her dad. Oh my lord!
But Tang, like I said, he had no sense of danger, but he's a friendly cat. So he was rubbing up against me and Aura while I was drying off Aura. And I get Aura fully dried and I start doing something. And like, he's like standing next to Aura.
Jacking off.
No, not jacking off because I'm in the garage. I think I was going to.
I've heard weirder stories.
I think I was going to feed her something, give her a treat. And I turn around and
fucking cat's dead.
No, Tang was like rubbing up against her and like still purring. And she had like his whole body in her mouth. And I was like, Aura, no. And she's like, but I wasn't doing anything. And he's just like, oh yeah, that's totally perfectly fine. I was like, you idiot cat. She was literally about to eat you and you were doing nothing. You were rubbing against her purring while she was trying to literally murder you. And then one day he disappeared.
Human relationships be like.
One day he disappeared, and we're like, oh, another one bites the dust. But my dad goes.
Was that
to
a fucking Queen reference?
My dad takes a trip.
I'm not gonna skip over the fact that you made a fucking Queen reference.
It wasn't at first, but I guess it is.
Wait, a pink cat? You're just fucking describing Killer Queen,
Apparently
bro.
we had Killer Queen, but there's something wrong with Killer Queen.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But one day my dad goes over to this neighbor lady's like a month maybe after Tang disappears.
And she has a fucking green cat named the Hulk.
No, he goes over there and he sees that there's a bunch of like female cats, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I like to rescue cats." And out of the woodwork comes idiot Tang, this pink mother effer, waltzing around with all these lady cats. And my dad's like, oh, so you're just a little traitor. You didn't run off and die like the other ones die valiantly. You're a traitor. So yeah, to this day, we hate Tang. Our household is like F Tang. Tang was a piece of crap cat.
Jesus.
Wanted to get himself killed and then ditched us for the lady cats.
What a stud, bro.
We gave him lasagna. How did he?
What a stud.
Anyways, Alex, go ahead and tell your dog story.
So Andrew's going to have to remind me here. So what did Grandpa's dogs? We've had 3 over our lifetime. It was Roscoe.
Roscoe.
The current one's Odie. Skeeter. Okay. So there's lore here.
I didn't know you knew.
No, I knew who.
How do you not remember Skeeter?
I couldn't remember his name. I remember the dog because Roscoe takes that spot in my head. Anyways, let me explain this. So when I was, how old were we? Like 8, maybe even less, 6, something like that.
I think it was 5, maybe 4.
So my grandpa got a dog. Was he a Chihuahua? He was a fucking mutt.
Oh no,
It was a mutt.
a Chihuahua mutt named Skeeter.
No, not Skeeter. This is Roscoe.
Oh, Roscoe.
No. This is Skeeter. No, it's Skeeter.
I don't have memories of Roscoe.
I have memories of Roscoe. I'll tell him in a little bit. So I think this is Skeeter, if I remember correctly. And okay, so here's the thing. This is where my love of dogs come from. It was Skeeter. Skeeter was just this mutt Chihuahua, and I liked him. It was so interesting as a child just to see an animal that is not human just interact with me. It was fucking fascinating. Like how I'm with manga and anime now, how I like to deep dive and just, analyze shit. Seeing a dog just fucking go around in circles being like, what are we gonna do today? Was just so fucking cool to me as a kid. And every time I'd go over to my grandpa's house, I'd be like, Skeeter, you motherfucker. And he'd always bark at me because he'd never remember me. But like after 5 minutes of me just playing with him, he'd just be a lovely dog. He was so cool. I loved him so much until one day, apparently. So this is in a ghetto ass Mexican neighborhood, bro. And there is dogs everywhere. And my grandpa usually let them out, or my grandma, who is also known as the pet killer.
Oh no!
Purposely let them out.
Letting out and
Yeah, my grandma on my mom's side, which was my mom's mom, is known not even before even our time in my mom's childhood to be a pet murderer.
Oh no!
Allegedly. I'm putting this up allegedly. My grandma's sweet. I love her, but apparently she has a dark history of killing pets. And so apparently Skeeter R.I.P. Goku. Wherever the fuck he went.
Who was Goku?
He was a cat. I don't remember him.
No.
Or something like that.
he was behind the wheel and got ran over.
Oh.
She doesn't say it was her fault, but it's
Her fault. Something happened to that cat. Anyway, but back to Skeeter because Skeeter's cooler. And one day he just leaves. I don't know how. I don't remember the story exactly. I'd have to ask my grandpa or grandma, but he leaves. And apparently one day he comes back, has a broken leg or something, and he dies. And this is the first time I've ever felt like I wanted to go Super Saiyan, dog. I was so determined. I never told anybody this. This is a story none of my brother knows. I was so determined. If I was to find the culprit that killed Skeeter, bro, I was about to be convicted of being a pet murderer. I was about to go down the same pathway as my grandma, bro. I was gonna go full primal. The amount of sticks, large sticks I collected and tried to make purposely sharp to one day find this creature was immaculate. I want to know. I was so in love with this dog. Now, fuck it. I even say now, if I were to find that dog today, I would tactically assassinate it.
You were literally
on purpose.
Peter Parker after Uncle Ben died.
Bro, smoke. It was on site. This is the only time where I felt actually ghetto Mexican, bro. Where it was all like, if I see this fucking pendejo, I'm fucking it got on site, bro.
Freaking,
I wanted to.
This is for Skeeter.
Oh, bro, it was. And I think it was a pit bull if my grandpa told me correctly, bro. I one day, I know the dog's probably dead by now, but
yeah,
I would have 5-year-old, 6-year-old me would on site, on fucking stick to the stone brick. It would have.
Grandpa had a pellet gun. He was trying to shoot him, but he's not a great shot, so.
I would have, I'm telling you, bro, all those years of playing COD, I would have tacked a fucking 5 kill streak, bro. I would have ran through the whole neighborhood, bro.
I don't know why I imagine your grandpa with the pellet gun shooting and he's like missing. He's like, no, and he like falls to his knees at like Skeeter.
No, but my grandpa has like severe depression and shit. But he really likes his animals. It's so funny. My grandpa fucking loves dogs.
Yeah.
My grandma hates them.
Oh no.
Except for the current one. She likes Odie.
Oh.
She just puts him in check.
Yeah, that too. But I think she likes him secretly. But that's as of currently. But I guess Roscoe used to belong to my grandpa, but then he went to my Aunt Becky, and I think he died a peaceful life. He went to go on with.
Oh God, I don't remember.
Oh no! Don't tell me he went to a farm. A farm up
He
north.
did went to a farm, but my Uncle Lenny always says no. He's there. He's chilling.
Uncle
But
Lenny.
I think he passed. That dog would be like fucking like 24 now.
Oh, dude, if you're 19, that dog's.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm
he
assuming
gone.
he passed away peacefully. But that was Roscoe was one of the first dogs I got kind of introduced to the fact that dogs like food and they like to play.
Yeah.
Like Skeeter was interesting because he would always be
Skeeter.
hyperactive and always interested to do things. But Skeeter would, if you weren't interesting, he'd just, go off to my uncle or something. But that was always interesting to him. And he one day left, and I was like, damn. But that's also when I realized around that age is where I was like, oh fuck, I'm allergic to dogs. Like Roscoe, I'd never be around him long enough to figure out that I was allergic. And around when I was a little bit older, I think I was like 7 or 8, maybe even 9. I was like, fuck, I'm allergic to dogs. It's bullshit.
So you just get home and you're like, Mom, I'm kind of itchy.
Yeah, more or less.
Dang.
It's also around the same time I had fucking crazy ass bloody noses, bro. I'm a mastered figure.
Dude, I used to have bloody noses all the time too.
Yeah,
as a
I get
kid.
blood clots as long as my thumb. I think my mom has a documented photo of a blood clot. As an adult, I'm a full-grown man by now. To my middle finger, and I have very large hands, to basically my wrist.
Yo, what the heck?
When I was very small, it was fucking. My mom pulled it out, and she was like, "Oh my God, it's still going."
Man, we really were in the nosebleed section.
Fuck yeah, I was, dude. It was wild. As a kid, bro, I love dogs. It's still to this day. Put this in the Wikipedia bio. Meta's Alex is still trying to find the dog that killed Skeeter, bro.
He's hunting.
I'm telling you, I'm grabbing a brick and I'm murdering it. It's rap snitch knitches, bro. MF Doom. I'm doing it to myself. It's on site with that dog. That's the only time I've ever hated anything.
You're gonna
that
be
much.
like Vanilla Ice to Iggy.
Fuck yeah. Oh my God. Look at the Iggy. No. Like that. I'm basically Palmer against Vanilla Ice, bro. That's what it would be. That's what it would be, bro. I don't know what Polnareff said at the end of that fight, but he was fuck. I could look up the manga panel, but he said a badass one liner.
Au revoir.
Oh no, it says something like that. He said something in French, and I'm like, fuck, bro. But those were the early days of me having pets. But eventually, I have June and Cash, but I don't. Those are my my cousin's dogs, but I never really had any experiences with them like crazy. You know, they were playful and whatever. They're really old now. They're on the verge of dying.
Oof.
So
Yeah, not
because
good.
I think is Cash blind or is he sick? I think he's sick, and then June is blind. Yeah, June's blind. She can't see.
Dude, watching dogs
slowly die is so
that is
sad.
the saddest thing in the world.
Yeah, it is so sad to see a dog.
Which
slowly
actually
cripple.
segues into the dog we had the longest was Mariah's dog,
Evie.
Evie.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I was
Alex
there for
knows
Evie's ending
Evie.
part.
Evie, I wasn't always the biggest fan of Evie because Evie,
She was so slow,
she,
bro.
she-
I felt so
you only
bad.
knew her when she was old, but she would. I was at the perfect height as a child
to get licked in the face.
No, she wouldn't lick me in the face. She'd turn around and hit me with her tail in the face every single time. So I always had a kind of grudge against Evie. But Evie was I think she was a golden retriever lab mix.
Yeah.
She was a really loyal dog though. I got to give her that. She was the most loyal
She was
dog
nice
I've
to me when
ever
the
seen. She was
female
nice to
was in.
everybody. She loved people except she did have this thing. She had seizures, so we had to make sure she was okay. After
She was
her
literally
seizures.
a fucking old lady.
Well, no, she had these all her life.
Oh, really? I didn't
But,
know that. That's new lore.
But yeah, so
Dark Souls.
it got to one point where she was a lot older in life, where Mariah ended up getting another dog, but that dog would always beat up Evie,
That's fucked.
and so eventually we ended up having to take Evie. And so pretty much our house became the house for reject pets.
But that's awesome, though.
So we got every pet that sucked, and we turned them into pets that were cool.
There's currently a nail at the bottom of this island that is exposed, touching my foot. There's just like a little ending. Hold up. What the fuck am I touching? Oh my god! Hold up. Find it. Yeah, there's just a fucking nail at the bottom of. Wow, I could have cut my foot.
The things you learn.
No, things I learned.
But yeah, anyways, yeah, Alex met Evie when she was probably 13, I'd have to say.
She was old.
Because
She looked old.
she was a year younger.
You can
than-
tell a
than
dog's
me.
old when they're consistently their neck is down.
Yeah, she was completely blind
What the?
at that. Evie. Yeah, she was completely blind
She was fucked.
at her older age. She still had her seizures, and she was getting super round.
She
And-
was no. I don't remember her
No,
being
she
round.
was-
I remember her being like really thin.
No,
In my
no,
head.
no. She was round. She was a round dog. That's
was
why
a
she was
sphere.
so slow.
I thought that was because her bones were brittle.
She was slow and blind and round. But that was my dad's favorite dog of all time.
I won't lie, Evie was cool.
She didn't do anything worth noting,
But she was
she was loyal, so she was a good girl.
If I'm gonna
And,
give a video game reference, back to Elden Ring, she's one of the finger readers. They don't do anything. They just read your fingers,
Just
and they're
read your
old.
fingers.
They go, "Let me see your fingers."
Pretty much, but yeah, she loved food, but
Of course,
she was a dog that you couldn't leave food, and she wouldn't be subtle about it. She'd really eat it. But yeah, eventually, I think it was right before, or it was right after we got the fall after we got Venom that Evie ended up dying.
Yeah.
She just you just slowly, she just stopped moving, and then it just eventually
Keep ass.
you just had to put her down, and that was the darkest day in my dad's entire life.
Goddamn.
He brought her home from the vet, and he said that the dogs were just like staring, just stunned. They were like, oh my gosh. Because at that time we had Aura's parents and Colby's dog Dante. And Evie was like Dante's best friend.
Yeah, that's what I know.
And so that like traumatized Dante. Just like, I'm sure my dad was like the animes where his
Yeah,
eyes were like
their
shaded
eyes are
over.
completely. I just imagine Jotaro sad.
And he probably had his hat
Hat
on
down.
too that he always wears, and he just slowly walked and dug
It's
a hole.
it's
and
cinematic
buried.
in my head how
It's-
you're describing it.
it was honestly so sad walking home from school that day, and my dad was just like sitting in front of the garage, and he's like, I had to take Evie in today. I was like, oh no. usually I have something snarky to tell my dad because I like being smart with him, but I was just like that day I was like, oh no. And yeah, so Dante was traumatized.
Your dad's always happy. I couldn't imagine him sad like that.
Dude, I think he's still sad about it because the
You bring up Evie? Damn.
the vet gave him they give everyone a card that after they put down your dog that's like supposed to make you like that like
it's supposed to make you feel better, but it's a fucking worse piece of paper.
It doesn't, but like they try. I think the people actually they do feel bad. I'm sure.
I just say listen to Led Zeppelin 2 High. It's the best thing I can give you.
My dad still has that card taped in his little area in the garage.
Oh, bro.
He's so,
what the
I'm
fuck?
like, oh man. It has like pictures of like paw prints in the sand. It's like, even when I'm gone, I'm still with you. And he's like, I'm like, dang.
Okay, so hold up. Alex, you got Alex ranting now, baby. So here's the thing.
Alex is crying.
I'm crying. Fuck you, you stupid bitch. Okay, anyway, I'm a man. I can cry.
Oh no.
So here's the thing. So as a kid, so we're about to get into religion real quick. This is the thing that I've always hated. It's a burning passion of mine deep down. So as I've already said previously, Roscoe and Skeeter were just dogs that just entertained me. They fascinated me.
And you know what movie we watched when they died?
Oh,
No! That's the fucking movie Grandma put on.
No way.
She murdered them. She murdered them.
I feel like that makes it worse.
Bro, she played us all dogs go to heaven.
That I feel like that makes it so much
Oh,
worse.
so that ties back into what I'm going to say. So let me set it up here. So I love Roscoe and Skeeter. They fascinated. They were very interesting dogs to me. I loved them. And so Andrew probably remembers this, is that my grandma, for whatever reason, she tried her hardest. My mom's dad never did this, I think, but my mom's mom, the grandma I'm talking about, the pet killer, tried her hardest to get us into religion. Because if Andrew remembers correctly, I think you did it a few times with me, is the summer church camps.
Those are cool though.
No, I hated them because I realized things. So my grandma would send me there.
You get diddled by the camp counselor?
No. But she would send me there. They would talk about Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and blah, blah, blah. So around the time that I was with these dogs and around the time Skeeter died, I was watching not horror movies, but I was super into conspiracy theories as a child, by the way. And I was super into mystery shows. And in the back of my head, I was always scared of them, but there was an intelligence behind it. And the intelligence was that these are just ghosts. They probably don't exist. And I remember one day at this church seminar or whatever, they're talking about Jesus and the idea of the three trinities or whatever the fuck they want to call it, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And they're explaining this to me. And there's some girl explaining her hospital experience and how she was like on the verge of death. She prayed to God. And she's explaining the story to me. And you think it'd be uplifting. Oh, maybe I should believe in Jesus. But no, in the most rebellious Alex way possible, my dumbass says, this sounds like a load of fucking horse shit, dog.
No.
And it just hit me. I'm like, what the fuck does this mean, bro? So I can't. So you want me to? This would happen. If you want me to believe in three dudes who are one but not are one and is a ghost, but I can't believe in some spectral spirit.
I think.
And no, it gets worse.
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, what the fuck? That's weird. Wasn't as vulgar as I'm saying it now. I'm kind of, exaggerating it.
In the mind of a child.
Yeah, in the mind of a child. I'm like, what the fuck? This is weird. And this is how it barely started. I kind of still believed when I was younger with God, my grandma would take me to a few more of these. And eventually, I would come across the internet that through one of these conspiracy theories channels that not all animals go to heaven. And this pissed me the fuck. This is the last straw. This happened with Skeeter and I was pissed, dog. I'm like, wait a minute. You're telling me the thing that makes me happy doesn't come up with me?
I'm going to hell then.
Oh, bro, I was, for about a week, I was with Lucifer. For a week, dog. I was like, fuck this shit. This is garbage, dog. What the fuck? I want the fucking thing that makes me happy and less depressed with me. You're saying I can't bring it with me to heaven? Go fuck yourself. And that's when it started. From that point on to now, dog.
See,
I've always looked at the Bible and the stories it tells and completely deconstructed them. I want you to know, one day, if me and my grandma go into religious argument, it has been 15 years in the fucking making, bro. A WrestleMania event. The Rock versus John Cena, bro. I'm gonna be like, God made sin and is omnipotent, motherfucker. And you're just telling me he told Eve not to eat it knowing she was gonna eat it? That's
Skeeter
fucking
was the
stupid.
crux for
Why
this.
can't I bring my dog with me to heaven? Oh, because I didn't plan on it. Fuck you, asshole. No,
Dang.
bro. I'm waiting for that
Bro, we
day
got
to show up.
you have a whole religion episode coming up.
My
that
God,
this is
bro.
gonna go crazy.
Oh my God, bro. My grandma's gonna listen to this. I'm sorry, grandma. She said, this is the one I want. Oh, bro. It pissed me off that much.
Look at this lore we got
I'm
just out of the
so
pet episode.
pissed.
We know Skeeter has caused what's
Oh
gonna
my
happen
God,
in the
I'm
future.
telling you, bro. My grandmother is Dio and I am Jonathan, bro. I
Metas. Antichrist.
You are not wrong. I tell you, for a week, bro, a week, I was like, you know, what did Lucifer do bad again? Just release death and sin in the world? That's not bad. I want my fucking dog, asshole.
Oh my dog.
And you know, there might be a religious story saying that, like,
I
you shouldn't have material possessions. Go fuck yourself. That dog made me happy.
here's what I think.
It was a creature that loved me.
Okay, Obi-Wan.
Fuck you.
Here's what I think.
Oh my God, bro.
Here's just my quick take before we continue on this tangent.
Oh my God.
I just think a lot of religions, they don't teach you right. They teach you what they think is right, and you
I hate it.
It's terrible.
As a
It's
child,
honestly
I
stupid.
figured it out real
I
quick.
think-
This shit's a scam, bro. Oh, here's another thing. So eventually, I got older and I learned that the church, the Christian church, it's a bunch of fucking assholes. Oh, we're gonna put a fucking microtransaction on this bitch.
Ooh.
And okay, here's another thing.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna cut you off.
Hurry up.
Because I think we need to save this for another episode.
Fuck!
Bro,
it
I
is-
think this is
I
a whole.
can go
This is
in
a
on
whole
this shit,
topic
bro.
that I think can fill a full episode.
Oh
so
my
I think I'm gonna
God.
cut you off here.
I didn't think dogs would lead me into a
Just
fight against my grandmother.
just know next week's your week. Next week's your hosting week.
Bro, I realized so much as a child, and I think I'm too smart for my own self, dog.
Wait. You can start off next week with
Oh.
Skeeter's death is the one that crux
Bro.
this moment.
Bro, there are so many events in my life that have just led me to like, why are you all fucking sheeple? Not in the whole, not in the political term, but in the idea like, why don't you just think for yourselves, you weirdos?
Good point. Anyways, back to dogs.
Bro,
Back to
I don't think I can top that for the rest of the episode. That has been within me for 15 years, dude.
oh, you've got
No, not
you got
15.
a
I
story.
said like 13.
You
but
got
like,
a story.
Oh my
that
God, bro.
I'm excited to
Oh,
hear
bro, it
when
pissed me
when
off.
we make this
For
a full
week-
episode.
For a week, I was tag teaming with Lucifer, bro. Tag teaming, bro. I was
Tag
so
teaming.
pissed when I made that connection out. I
Oh,
was like,
man.
nah, dog. Anyway,
But yeah, so after Evie's death, I ended up
I'm sweating now. I have to take a shower, bro.
I'm sure.
I have a gleam to me.
But after Evie's death, Briar was pregnant with one last puppy. She, over the years, she got, well, I don't even know. I guess I'll just start with this because it's fits because I'm only talking about my pets. So yeah, Briar, we used her to breed puppies, husky puppies. And after Evie's death, I was like, okay, I want a dog now. I have never had an actual dog that was 100% mine. So this next husky puppy is mine. And over the years, Briar had less and less puppies. So we're like, okay, she's getting old. So we got to stop after this one. So Aura is born. One puppy. One black puppy. And here's the thing about Briar is Briar was actually racist against her own children. She would favor the white puppies over the black puppies.
so it's just like your parents.
Yeah. So pretty much a few litters ago, we had a full white puppy that we absolutely hated. He was the worst dog we've ever had. And we ended up somehow getting rid of him. But she favored that puppy over any other puppy. Well, mainly because I was the only one, but we always knew the white ones got favored. And then we had another puppy before Aura that I couldn't keep because we still had Evie. And then when we had Aura was a little black puppy. And she was born on December 4th. And you have to know what sophomore year was 2015. That was probably one of the iciest and coldest winters we've ever had.
Global warming didn't exist here in Washington for like 2 years.
Well, I don't know if I think it was climate change was like at its crux where it decided that, yeah, we're going to new ice age now. We're in the new ice age. Everything's going to be frozen ice.
Over.
So Briar did not want to take care of this puppy because she was black. And so it would be like the middle of a blizzard, and she'd be like, yeah, I'm dipping. See you later, puppy. And so I myself had to take it upon me to make sure this puppy stayed warm during the winter. And she'd be like doing her little puppy whimpers, and I'd like put my hand in so she got used to me. And she'd actually suckle on my hand. I was like,
did this one survive or no?
This is Aura.
This is Aura?
This is Aura's.
Oh, holy shit.
This is Aura's origin story.
Aura was black when she was younger?
She was black. Like
Do you have a picture of it?
I do. She's about a month in this picture.
She's not black.
No, she's pretty black. If you look at her back.
Compared to them, I thought you were like, oh yeah, I remember this picture.
Yeah.
Why is her mouth all red?
Apparently dogs have like a lot of like oxide in their spit, so especially when they're puppies suckling, they get a lot of slobber. So for some reason, it turns rusty red. I'm not sure why, but yeah, Aura was a interesting puppy because not only was she extremely large and one out of her entire litter, but a month into her lifespan, she already knew paw.
Oh wow!
I was like, what is up with this puppy? But yeah, she was really cool.
So
she still is cool.
Yeah, she still is cool. I like playing with her if I have the chance. You ever gonna breed with her or no?
No. Here's the next story. So
there's more.
So up till 6 months, she gets 6 months old. So let me tell the story of her first 6 months of life. So you know how puppies, husky puppies especially get very thick. They just become small and wide little things, little puff balls running around. And in that phase, they start to wander and they get really scared of things. So until probably about she was 4 months old, I couldn't really interact with her. But once she reached 4 months old, I was like, oh yeah, me and this dog, we're homies. And the funny story is I actually could not figure out a name for Aura for the first 6 months of her life.
I think that's what you told me too.
So I just call her dog or puppy. And
you call everything puppy though. You go puppy.
But I'd call her random things, which is still an ongoing joke. But eventually Colby was like, you have to come up with a name for her. She thinks her actual name is Dog. And I was like, oh no. I was like, oh no, he's right. And I'd be like, Dog. And she'd be like, shh, should run. Or what I'd like to do too is sometimes I just run out and scream. And she'd be like, that's him. That's my master. And she'd run. Because I can't whistle. So my brother would whistle. My brother would whistle for the dogs and they'd come. But I just scream and Aura's like, I'm going.
There's the guy.
But so she reaches 6 months and that's when you can get puppies fixed so they can't have babies anymore. So we took Aura in to get fixed. And I think the week or the day after, we actually took Briar in to get fixed.
I think I was there for this story.
You were for the Aura getting fixed.
I was getting there for Aura.
So when Briar got fixed, the people at the place, the veterinary clinic, they said that she actually had to stay an extra day because inside of like her ovaries it was just filled with tumors, and that was why she started having less and less puppies. And so we're like, oh shoot, and I was like, that explains why Aura was just a massive one puppy. So I like to call Aura my little tumor puppy because I'm pretty sure she fused with a tumor. And because she also has a lot of like weird things about her.
She's also like, do you just have autistic dogs?
She's a pretty decently smart dog, but like her fur is super weird compared to her parents. It like makes no sense how she ended up with super long almost
Yeah.
cotton-like fur.
Yeah, I was gonna say your dog looks like a fucking sheep.
She literally is like a sheep, and her tail looks like it's like curls within itself. So it looks like if anyone's ever seen the Capcom game Okami,
okay.
her tail looks just like that Amaterasu's tail. So at first I wanted to name her Amaterasu and nickname her Amy, but eventually I just stuck with Aura for whatever reason.
There's no purpose.
There's no purpose. I was like, oh, Aurora Borealis. Well, I'll just call her Aura. But my mom, when she took her into the vet, for some reason didn't think Aura as an Aurora Borealis. She spelled it O-R-A. So she was literally Jotaro Aura.
Oh my lord!
I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
That's just a fucking Jotaro's reference.
I was like, this wasn't even on purpose. It was a complete accident. She got named Aura, O-R-A,
Oh my
and
God,
not
she's just joking,
A-U-R-A. So her legal name is Aura, as
Aura
in
Perez.
Aura.
Oh my lord, dude.
And yeah, so well, now let's get to the Aura's personality.
So wait, how is it supposed to be spelled?
A-U-R-A.
Ah,
Like she has a good aura to her, but because she has brown
She's
eyes,
fucking
but she has
icky,
like
bro.
blue splotches in it, so it looks like Aurora Borealis. But no, she's Aura.
that's fucking. I didn't know that. I didn't know
And-
about this.
Or her many different nicknames such as
Dog.
Amy, Jimby, Tax Machine. I really call her whatever I feel like, and she'll come.
Tax machine.
I'm like,
Her stand. Tax machine.
I'm like, forklift, come here, and she's like, that's me.
That's my name for today. That's awesome.
Or when okay, so Aura has a very huskies themselves very stubborn, and Aura's no exception. They do. I have so many videos of her talking.
Jesus.
I could pull one up right now, but I guess I'll pull one up while I'm talking. But yeah, Aura's very stubborn. She's able to learn tricks. Like I taught her to sit very easy, and she kind of knows how to do paw. One thing she refuses to do is learn to not dig, and that has been the problem for the past 4 years, because she's 4 right now. As of this recording, she is 4 years old. And I've been having to deal with her digging stupid like craters in the yard for 4 years. And I cannot get it through her little head that she can't dig. Except she's not little. She's actually massive.
She is very large.
She's almost bigger than Dante, who's a very large dog.
I think she's big.
She,
Those tumors did something.
those
bruh.
tumors gave her superpowers.
She's
Because not only is she huge, but she is so fast. Like she runs like the wind. Look, another one.
Aw, she looks like she murdered somebody.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can get to that. Aura, aside from digging, also has another problem. Any other animal, any living thing that isn't a human, she's like, I could kill that. So
Shit.
in her, I think she just turned 1, and
Squirrels.
actually, yeah, throughout that whole first year, she was killing squirrels. I actually have a
She
picture.
has a body
I'll show
count,
you guys
though.
the picture. Andrew will have to put it up in the video. But this was her. She was 1 already. Okay, we'll get through this part. So
Caleb has literal crime
so
scenes on his phone.
her mom was a killer. All the dogs always went after squirrels. That's just the thing dogs do.
I
And
think your dogs do that.
we have mice too that the dogs would go after. Aura was a special case because she learned very quick to start killing. And it was by the time she reached 1 year old, we had another very cold, icy winter. And one night I go out and I'm shocked by the scene that I see, because there's mice bodies. You can tell they're mice, but somehow Aura like sucked all the meat and bones out of them. So it was like little mouse pouches.
I think you have a tumor dog.
There's
She
so,
literally consumes other living beings for sustenance.
I don't know how she did it. It was just flat little mouse sacks with nothing inside of them. She sucked everything out, and the whole yard was sprawled with them.
blood. I think you showed me a picture of that.
I think I did, but it wasn't with blood. Somehow there's no blood. It was just little flat mouse pouches all in the yard. I was like, what the heck is wrong with this puppy? And then come spring, I used to have this as my lock photo because she was getting very adept at killing, to the point where at 1 year old, she was already surpassing dogs who had been killing for years now. And so one day we were shooting down a squirrel so it doesn't get to our walnuts. And when the squirrel falls, we usually expect Dante to leap and get it, or Briar to get it. But this time, little puppy Aura snags that squirrel and books it. Look at this, Andrew. Look at this dog. Look at this puppy. Mouthful of squirrel booking it. And I was like, this dog's absolutely crazy. She kills everything. Little did I know how much she would try to kill. Like I said, she has a body count of over 100 mice.
Jesus Christ.
In 4 years. And probably 50 squirrels. Some of them she didn't even need our help for. She killed squirrels. And the most shocking thing that happened was, I think she was about 2. She'd kill birds. She was able to catch birds and kill them.
She has, holy fuck.
She is so fast. She's able and has such great camouflage with her fur pattern that literally animals cannot see her, and she can catch birds.
So you have accidentally neutered a apex predator.
Pretty much. I think that might be for the benefit of society.
I don't know. You probably could have accidentally bred some of the deadliest rodent killers.
Here's the thing.
Northwest.
Dante is also a kind of a freak of nature, because he's bred between. We know he's husky, but we don't really know exactly what other breeds he is. So he actually has like skin that cannot be pierced by like fangs or anything.
What the fuck?
So he's pretty much an indestructible dog with like stupid strength. Jesus. Like he's able to drag whole cinder blocks.
Why the fuck
himself.
is he dragging cinder blocks?
Because we have to tie him up front sometimes to let Aura's dad out of prison. That's a whole other story that I'm not even going to cover. But Dante's stupid strong.
Jesus.
And Aura's stupid fast. And they, like you said, we literally bred apex predators.
Jesus Christ.
It got to the point where I got used to Aura's shenanigans. I was like,
shenanigans?
I was like,
murders.
I was like, at least this is kept to the backyard. Come spring of 2020.
She's fucking shit up.
She really was. So,
sophomore, fucking junior year.
Junior year, she was already an apex predator. Spring of 2020, the pandemic happens. We're all stuck at home. I'm playing Animal Crossing all the time, and all of a sudden, there's raccoons in my yard.
Nah.
And I have a tree house on the other side of the fence where the dogs are, and that's where the raccoons would stay. Aura was determined to check out these raccoons, to the point where she taught herself. Huskies are literally like velociraptors. They taught themselves how to open doors, and she taught herself how to climb the fence.
Oh shit.
And she consistently would climb this fence, and eventually she killed the raccoon's baby. She's a child murderer. Her record consists of a baby raccoon, countless birds and squirrels and mice. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck? And I spent literally that whole spring, summer, up until mid-September trying to fix this problem that Aura was able to get over this fence, because she not only killed this baby raccoon, she joined a gang of stray dogs who would go around.
She's a fucking gang leader?
And she'd go around with these dogs who would kill chickens. I don't think she ever killed the chickens because I'd never see the blood on her, but they'd go around killing things. They would spend nights killing
This
things.
is just the Eazy-E song. Got any more questions? Holy fuck.
And then I'd come outside in the morning and I'd just see her laying and being like, all right, it's time for me to come home. And it got so bad to the point where I'd see her jump the fence and I wouldn't chase after her like normally like people would run. Like I'd be like freaking
depressed.
No, I'd be like Tyrant from Resident Evil or like freaking Nemesis. I'd just slowly walk after her. And the fear that would go through her heart was so much that she'd see me just slowly walking and she'd just go on her back and just wait for me to come pick her up.
I can't win.
And then it got to the point because she knew I'd just keep following her until she eventually tired herself out. And it got to the point where I was so sick of even doing that I trapped her on the porch. And I figured out the problem was she's so light that she could literally just slither up the fence. So we literally had a Velociraptor type fence that she shouldn't be able to slip through, but she was so skinny and light she could slip through that. So I'd lock her on the porch at night and I just started feeding her as much as possible until the point where she either got too heavy to carry herself over the fence or she forgot how to jump the fence. So either way, by September of 2020, I had aided Aura's ability to go on killing sprees, but she still kills mice and squirrels.
I don't know what to say.
But she's such a good dog. She
murders baby raccoons.
Okay, but
you are defending a murderer, a child murderer.
Hear this. You know how most dogs are usually super crazy when they come inside?
No.
A lot of dogs are.
Uh-huh.
Aura, I take her inside. She's like a model civilian, just sits there and sleeps.
This is
She
just
really
American
does.
Psycho. This is just American Psycho.
It's fucking Dexter, guys.
Dude,
Holy
yeah,
shit.
Aura's a great dog, but man, she has a body count.
I heard a theory a while back
death.
that mother animals will not raise children for whatever reason if they're stressed or whatever. And there's a theory that, the dogs know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that her mom knew that she was a menace to society and you had to intervene, you being human, and thought the puppy was cute. You made a literal killer.
I made a killing machine. Well, here's another theory that also does not bode well for me, is that animals tend to act like their owners.
So you're a murderer.
Apparently, I'm literally I have psychopathic tendencies. And, well, I mean,
All right, they're fucking American Psycho.
Aura's a nice dog.
I fear for your girlfriend now.
Well, she's nice to people. She's never killed a person.
I think you're documenting, if you ever murder somebody, this is now going to be in a trial case.
Hello,
future me.
Aura's a good dog. She would never harm a human.
Jesus.
But I guess it makes sense given my track record why she literally on site small animals. Because, I've mass murdered gophers before.
I've also heard stories of you absolutely fucking over gophers.
Yeah, we had gophers destroying our yard, and all the grass was dying, and me and Colby got pretty sick of it. So we decided to take it upon our German ingenuity to try to find.
That's right. You're German too.
Try to find creative ways to eradicate these rodents without poisoning our dogs in the process. And
we were gassing the rodents.
We literally
like the
did.
Jews,
We got smoke balls from 4th of July, and we shoved them in every single hole and just let them go off. But that didn't solve the problem. So eventually we kept trying different strategies because we didn't know how to deal with it. And eventually we just said, screw it. And we took out our hose and we left it on in one of their holes all night. And literally our yard became a swamp. That's how filled with water it was. That there is no possible way those gophers lived. And I was right, because their dead bodies
floated out of the holes.
No, they didn't float out of the holes, actually. That would have been a better end of the story. But I could tell they all died because the grass was very much fertilized in that area.
How long have we been recording? I don't think we can top this. I think this is a good spot.
I think this might be a good spot to end off. So, well, actually, we can.
Oh, no, it gets worse.
Well, I don't have a story, but I think we can end it off with what is the best pet? What I honestly think in my personal opinion.
Like
And
dream pet, you know?
yeah, a dream pet.
Oh, if we're doing dream pets, I want a Doberman.
A Doberman.
I would name him Jotaro. Because
That would be sick.
that's what I think Jotaro would be. Well, either that or like a Great Dane.
Yeah.
Jotaro's fucking like 6'4". He's huge.
Sick. But yeah. So just Doberman.
Doberman or the
Pinscher?
terrier, the Airedale terrier I mentioned.
See, I've come to a realization that after Aura, I don't think I can ever get another dog.
I think you should get another dog.
Aura's like peak dog. I can't top that dog.
Well, I don't know. You
She's-
neutered their bloodline. I would have left her for one cycle.
I'd have to find a good. I would have had to find a good male suitor, and then I would have had to take it upon myself to figure out how to get rid of these puppies, which are hard to get rid of sometimes. You don't understand how hard these dogs are to get rid of.
I'm currently massaging the springs on the back of my
That
board.
has to be so fucking.
It probably is. My bad. I'm touching shit.
Stop it. But I think the only dog I might consider getting after Aura is maybe a Shiba Inu. Because they're just
You're
like,
gonna get a fucking Doge?
yeah, I'm gonna get a Doge because they seem like perfect, like
No, I apparently
dogs.
heard they are even worse. They are literal memes. They will
They're
literally
memes.
cause chaos.
yeah, that's fine.
They lick toes. They break fences. I
That's
heard they're actually
fine.
super aggressive and territorial sometimes.
That's fine. They're small.
That's just Aura and
Aura's,
worse.
Aura's big and problematic.
Get a Shiba Inu. I want you
I can't see it getting worse than that. Than literal thousands of animals dead.
She literally.
I didn't even tell the worst story.
No,
actually.
it keeps going.
So Aura's mom, while she was pregnant with Aura, one day me and Colby used to have this thing every Saturday morning. We'd go out and get donuts and chocolate milk because we could. And one morning we go out there and Briar's just sitting with a fluffy thing next to her. And we're like, did Briar have the puppy already? Turns out she killed a cat. And this cat, we theorize, because Venom was still around, we theorize Venom actually, he's this pretty smart cat, that he led this cat to its death. And he knew, because he'd been in the wolf's den before, and he knew how dangerous it was in there. And so I imagine he like teased that cat into like, come in here. And he was like, we called this cat Pierre. So he's like, I will do what you say, you stupid American little cat. And so he goes in and he's like, you cannot outwit me. I am the smartest cat in the area. And then we just imagine just like in the darkness, you just see breath just like behind this cat. And he's like, he turns around, he's like, sacre bleu. And then he's dead cat. Jesus. And so me and Colby come out in the morning and see this dead cat. And we're like, well, we're going to have to deal with this when we're done getting donuts. And here's where we got the name Pierre. Colby decided the best place to bury this cat is in the backyard with the dogs, underneath an Eiffel Tower looking statue that my mom had. And he thought that would stop the dogs from digging up this carcass and doing what they wanted with it. That did not stop them.
I would have just let it decompose in front of him as a warning to all the others.
No.
You know what I would have done? Fuck it.
Because that was the neighbor's cat.
Put it on a stake.
You have to think. You have to think this is the neighbor's cat, Alex.
Style.
Alex, this is the neighbor's cat.
It
so
is
they
a
come
warning.
in the yard
It is a message.
and see
I
their
am
dead
vengeance.
cat. They will go after our dog, and we can't have that.
This
So
is just pet on pet warfare. Bro.
We had to hide this evidence that this cat ever was in our yard.
So you are a murderer.
But here, hold on.
Oh, my
It
Lord.
gets worse.
I killed my girlfriend.
No. So Colby buries this cat in the backyard. Worst idea ever. The dogs unbury it. And when we come back after maybe a few hours after doing all this, Briar had eaten the entire head off of this cat.
Jesus.
And it literally looked like the Demogorgon from Stranger Things with its flaps of meat where its head used to be. And I was like, good gosh, Colby, get this out of the backyard now. And so what does Colby do? He throws it over the fence into the side yard. in front of, guess whose window? My window. So, and what does he do after that? We'll take care of that later. Later was 2 weeks later.
I love you,
I have this Demogorgon headless zombie cat outside my window. And I'm like, Colby, after 2 weeks, I'm like, Colby, I swear this cat is going to pet cemetery me and murder me. We need to get rid of the body now. And it's on a cold, rainy night. We go out with my lantern. And
What is this? The episode of SpongeBob?
pretty much we take this headless Demogorgon cat and bury it and like do a ritual to make sure it never comes out of the grave. And this story has not left the household until this podcast. So there you go. We covered up our dog's murder.
Well, that's going to be the end of the podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, stay hydrated.
I'm gonna do the outro. Thank you.
I already did the outro.
I'm doing the outro. This is my episode. You
Okay,
get next
murderer.
Week. You get next week's episode.
There's no way this isn't demonetized.
You get next.
There's
week's.
not even probably demonetized.
Next week's episode is Alex's. I decided that we'll trade off weeks. So next week Alex will host.
My grandma is going to fucking hate me.
So yeah, you have that to look forward to.
She's gonna blame the heavy metal music.
So Alex, you have anything else you'd like to say before we head
Your
out?
cats, you have an interesting pet life. R.I.P. the homie Skeeter, or Skeeter.
Skeeter was a real homie. R.I.P. Milo and Skeeter. Those ones were the real
R.I.P.
ones.
the ghosts.
The goats.
R.I.P. the dead homies.
Oh,
Start pouring a drink. If you
the-
got a drink right now, go to your
Evie,
current
Milo,
sink and pour one
Skeeter,
out. Those were the
Roscoe.
goats. Those dogs influenced me to be the man I am today. Rageful, hateful, and maliceful.
Yep. I can't even think of the word. Anyways,
I'm a bitter human being. I'm not like my grandparents who hate animals. My grandfather and grandmother on opposite sides of the family, for whatever reason, just don't like living creatures next to them.
I could have trashed on my mom this episode on how she got. I guess
everybody's
it's already
catching smoke.
it's already the outro.
Yeah,
so
we're-
thank you guys for listening in. Tune in next week for Alex's absolute.
I'm gonna
Crazy
go
episode.
In,
I'm
bro.
excited for that.
I'm about to go in on religion,
And
or mostly my grandmother's, and why people just should think for themselves. Anyways,
follow
water,
us at the whatever we have
it should be on
below.
screen. My brother actually
On
made
screen
some,
on YouTube, linked on Spotify, whatever.
made some
I'm
badass
Caleb Perez, Alex
Metas,
Metas, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Poor Skeeter.